こんにちは、ハリケーンフットボールです。今回の教材は、イプスウィッチの前田大然に関する動画です。プレミアリーグはもうついに開幕を迎えますが、オフシーズンで大量補強を進め、プレミアリーグで前回より競争力のあるチームを作っているイプスウィッチの中でも、前田大然に対する期待は、かなり大きいもののように感じます。現時点では左サイドを中心に起用されると想像できますが、左サイドバックのリーフ・デイヴィスとのコンビが大きな武器になると期待され、何よりもその走力から、前線からのプレス、ボール奪取、何より、見ていてエキサイティングするようなプレーを期待されているというのがわかります。今回はいくつかの動画から前田大然について話している箇所を切り取っていますが、実際にどのように話しているのか、チェックしてみましょ
う。Emerson's an interesting one. I'm still not quite sure on... I think we've taken a bit of a punt there, Luke, if I'm honest. I think paying a club record fee for a guy, if you look at his record, I think, six or eight career goals in about 50 games. I think he's got a lot of the raw materials to be a very good striker. And Premier League's very unforgiving, though, for me. So I still think we need to add in that sort of area. I think Maeda's probably the other one for me. I think if you watch him for Celtic, he's busy and he's going to be up and down that line and he's always going to work hard and he can score some goals. He is a bit hit and miss in front of goal, but I think he's going to be vital down that left-hand side as well and helping Leaf, you know, because Davis is going to be bombing up and down that line, isn't he, really, you think? Because he's sort of could be our secret weapon, Luke. Hopefully this time in the Premier League, Leaf will sort of... He struggled last time, and I think he said that himself. So I think how him and Maeda sort of work down that side will be really good. But, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, if we get in Ciso and Atara in sort of early this week and you think, that's 10 players. That's 10 players, and that's really good work. And if we can add them other probably 2 or 3, and it might take till the end of the window, it's still goals for me that I'm a little bit worried about who's getting the goals. Where are the goals coming from? And I agree with Ian. If you can be disruptive in that middle of the pitch and we've got to be harder to break down. We've got 80-something goals, Luke, I think last time. I think we let in when we're in the Premier League. We've got to let a lot less than that in if we're going to be successful. I'm still a little bit worried about the defence. I mean, if you look yesterday, 2 pretty cheap goals that we gave away, like the first goal switching off. Can't be doing that in the Premier League.
Yeah, I think if I'm looking at the pre-season, it's probably one of the negatives, isn't it? Has been the defence and sort of conceding goals. But so yeah, we need to tighten up, definitely. That's for sure. Ian, what about yourself? I mean, Rich was cheeky and he gave me 3 names, so I'll let you have 3 as well, Ian. What's your top 3 that you're looking forward to seeing in a Town shirt out of the new blood?
Yeah, I'm the same. Dyson Maeda, I really want to see him, but he's in a very strong depth position area, isn't he? Yeah, with 2 or 3 players pushing for that left wing. I really want to see him push forward.
We can do it, but I think we will.
What signing are you really excited about at the moment?
I'm losing track because we've had so many and we don't normally have such a busy summer at this point. But for me, it's Dyson Maeda from Celtic. I think watching my little 6-year-old's been watching all his goals at Celtic and getting excited about. I think there's an overhead kick in there and things like that. Definitely should have had a shirt off for that one. But he's really good. And we went to the Wickham friendly. He was the one that was creating the chances all the time. I think half the other players, they were still a bit knackered from their trip to Europe, but I thought he was a bright spark. And him with Leif Davis down that side, I think is going to be really, really exciting. It might give us that bit of energy that we maybe didn't have.
I thought Leif Davis was great in your first season. I was really impressed by him. Very good.
And funnily enough, a lot of Ipswich fans don't believe that.
Really?
They said that he didn't quite measure up to what we were expecting of him, but I think he's had more experience now. He is almost the last one of that old guard left, but he is the one who's the most consistently in the first team. He's a lovely guy, another really nice guy, just really about the club and really committed. So I think him and Maeda will be the ones. If you're watching an Ipswich game, I'd keep an eye on those.
And a couple of their summer signings suggest that they are going to press from the front. I've already mentioned them in passing, but Dyson Maeda is one of those summer signings and one of those players that's going to help them press from the front. He has arrived from Celtic, and while Dyson Maeda has his flaws, he hasn't always been the most clinical of finishers. But in my opinion, I've said this on the show before, he is the best individual presser in world football. That's surely why Ipswich have signed him, and it looks like he's going to operate off the left side, which, as I mentioned, they like to pinch those fullbacks. he's going to be a nightmare to play against in the Premier League. It's his one thing he's great at. On that same side, Leif Davis is still one of Ipswich's most important players. He is really willing to get forward from the left-back position. The most impressive thing about him, he has a very consistent final product. A lot of his underlying numbers are really impressive. It will be interesting to see where Jack Clark fits in, because he scored 16 league goals last season, and as far as I'm aware, he usually played off the left side. So there's some good competition on that left side. Maybe Daisen Maeda ends up playing as a centre forward with Clark on the left side, and then Davis as the overlapping fullback. Marcelino Nunes played as a number 10 last season, put up some good creativity numbers as well. Davis was the only player who created more chances than Nunes. But in general, highlighting Ipswich's key players right now is challenging, because they've made so many summer signings, and I think they'll do the Sunderland thing. A couple mentions of Sunderland in their model on this episode so far. They're trying to do the Sunderland thing of having a new team for going up to the Premier League. I think Issa Diop will be a starting centre-back for them. Florentino Luis has been a starting central midfielder for them in pre-season since joining from Burnley. Abdul Fatuwu has been starting off the right wing as well. He joined from Leicester City. So there's a lot of change here over the summer, and they've spent quite a bit of money. So I'm quite bullish on them being more competitive than the last time they were in the Premier League, but it's just a question of whether it's going to be enough. So to finish things off, my VSP for the Tractor Boys, I'll say that nickname as often as I can this season, is that Daisen Maeda is going to be in the top 10 for possessions won in the final third per 90 minutes in the Premier League this season.
Nice.
I would have him even higher if he was on a better team. I looked through last season's numbers, Joe, in this metric, and it was like all the good teams in the league. So that's why top 10 I feel like is not too...
I think top 10 is even going to be really difficult for you.
It is going to be really difficult, but Maeda is a pressing machine. And assuming he can stay fit, which is another question mark over Maeda, I think it's going to be a really important player for Ipswich. So that's something I'll be keeping an eye on.
I need a team full of Maedas and Brendan Aaronsons. Just hustle, coach's dream FC. That's all that is.
Yeah. We need to see that for science.
Is that your dream or your nightmare, Joe?
More my nightmare, but like it'd be a great team to be on. Can you imagine just like the culture of that team would be just delightful.
次は解説です。今回はさらっと会話で使われるような表現もいくつかありましたので、本日の解説をチェックしてみましょう。
I think we've taken a bit of a punt there, Luke, if I'm honest.
Take a punt は一か八かやってみるや賭けに出るという意味の表現です。特にイギリス英語でよく使われ、結果がわからないものに思い切って賭けるイメージがあります。もともとパントにはギャンブルなどで賭けるという意味があります。Take a punt on someone でその人に賭けてみるという意味になります。サッカーの移籍では若手選手や未知数の選手を獲得するときに使いやすい表現です。Take a chance に近いですが、Take a punt の方がイギリスらしく、賭けというニュアンスが強くなります。
I think we've taken a bit of a punt there, Luke, if I'm honest.
They said that he didn't quite measure up to.
Measure up to は、期待や基準などの水準に達するという意味の表現です。Measure は測るという意味なので、ある基準と比べて十分なレベルなのかを測るイメージがあります。特に measure up to expectations で期待に応えるという意味になります。人だけでなく、商品や映画、サービスなどについても使うことができます。例えば、続編はオリジナルには及ばなかったという場面などで使われます。期待される水準と比べるというイメージを持っておくと理解しやすい表現です。
Really? They said that he didn't quite measure up to. Really? They said that he didn't quite measure up to. He is almost the last one of that old guard left.
Old guard は古参や昔からいるメンバーという意味の表現です。ここでのガードはもともと衛兵や護衛を意味する単語です。歴史的には長く仕えてきた古参の兵士や精鋭部隊などを表す言葉として使われていました。そこから会社や政党、スポーツチームなどに昔からいる人々を表すようになりました。ただし文脈によっては古いやり方を守る救世力という少しネガティブな意味になることもあります。単に年齢が高い人を意味するわけではない点に注意しましょ
う。He is almost the last one of that old guard left. He is almost the last one of that old guard left.
I've already mentioned them in passing, but
in passing はついでにやちらっと軽くという意味の表現です。 ある話題について詳しく話すのではなく、会話の中でさらっと触れるときに使います。パスは通り過ぎるという意味なので、話題のそばを通り過ぎながら少しだけ触れるようなイメージです。特によく使われるのが、mention something in passing という組み合わせです。これは何かについてちらっと触れるや何かをさらっと口にするという意味になります。ブリーフリーに近いですが、本題として詳しく扱ったわけではないというニュアンスがあるのがポイントです。日常会話だけでなく、インタビューやニュース、スポーツ番組などでも使われる自然な英語表現です。
I've already mentioned them in passing, but I'm quite bullish on them being more competitive than the last time they were.
ブリッシュは強気のや楽観的なという意味の形容詞です。もともとは株式や金融市場でよく使われる言葉で、ブールマーケットは強気相場や上昇相場を意味します。そこから be bullish on something で何かの将来性を高く評価しているという意味でも使われるようになりました。単なるオプティミスティックよりも成功する可能性を高く見ているという積極的で強気なニュアンスがあります。反対語はベアリッシュで弱気のや悲観的なという意味です。ブリション、ベアリションをセットで覚えておくと、ニュースやスポーツ分析でも役立ちます。
I'm quite bullish on them being more competitive than the last time they. I'm quite bullish on them being more competitive than the last time they.
いかがでしたか？前田大然の特徴といえば、やはり圧倒的なスピードであり、その強みが非常にわかりやすいだけに、ファンとしても期待を持ちやすい選手なのかもしれません。一方で、この動画の中でも言われていたように、前田大然は決定力が特別高いわけではなく、簡単に見えるシュートを付加してしまうこともあり、そういったイメージを持っている人も多いとも感じます。ただ、それでもスコットランドで年間30ゴールを記録できたということは、単純なシュートの決定力だけではない、ゴールを生み出す能力をそれ以上に持っているとも言えると思います。ゴール前でのポジショニングや圧倒的なスピード、そしてワンタッチで合わせる技術などは、間違いなく前田の大きな武器でしょう。そして、ファンがわかりやすく期待できるスプリントや、前線からのハイプレスには、いわゆるスランプというものもほとんどないはずですので、すでにかなり高くなっている、わかりやすいプレーに対する期待には、簡単に応えながら、ファンが期待していたものとはまた違った部分でも輝きを放つ前田大然を想像すると、イプスウィッチファンから愛されていく姿も容易に浮かんできます。そんなプレーを早く見てみたいですし、もうすでに開幕を迎え、先発出場も濃厚という状況なので、まずは開幕戦から楽しみに観戦したいと思います。本日もご視聴いただきありがとうございました。またすぐにお会いしましょう。